describe the global uranium industry in terms of both being positively impacted for prices going higher by both the supply and the demand. So let's kind of separate those two a little bit and start out talking about supply. And maybe I'll ask a specific question. We've seen some shutdowns in Canada, the Cigar Lake and MacArthur. What's the latest you're hearing on Canadian production?
Well, the Canadian production is still shut down. Cigar is still shut down right now. Canada is basically producing 0 pounds a year, and so it's going to be a low production year, even if they brought back on Cigar. And the expectation is that Cigar will restart. As to the timing, that's really entirely up to Cameco and how they go about doing it. But I would expect them to restart. And because there's a high carrying cost for that facility, and they do need to get it, and they do have contracts they have to serve, and it's going to be their decision. But as far as the rest of the world, we've also seen production shutdowns elsewhere, in Australia with the Ranger mine closing down, and also in Africa with Orano's production out of Niger. And even production cutbacks in Kazakhstan. The Kazakhs put out a release yesterday, or this last week, where they talked about how they're producing, for 2020, they're going to produce 15% less than what they had targeted. And they attribute a lot of it to COVID-19, but they've also messaged that effectively don't expect an increase in production until we see prices increase. I think Cameco has also telegraphed that with respect to their messaging on the restart of MacArthur River. They've got to have higher prices before they'll go and spend the money to restart. And we see that those same type of conversations around the world. On the demand side, demand is continuing to increase, particularly in Asia in Asia. We see a lot of nuclear power plants being under construction and starting up. One interesting fact is we talked about Fukushima as a very, where it was characterized by reactor shutdown, not only in just Japan, but Germany, cancellation of new power plants being built. That's all changed. And right now there's more reactors operating in the world than there were prior to Fukushima, even with the Japanese industry being shut down. And now we're hearing messaging that there may be more restarts in Japan as a response to their energy crisis they've got going on right now. So we see the demand side improving, we see supply side contracting, and as a result, in order to get the supply to respond to the demand, there's going to have to be higher prices.